Hi, Judy the YouTube lawyer here today to explain to you what law review is. If you're planning on going to law school or if you have just started law school, this is especially important to know. So law review is an extracurricular activity or more like an unpaid job that second and third year law school students do. So it is very prestigious, so that's why people try to get on a law review. And pretty much every law school has a main law review or law journal, which is a publication run by students under the supervision of a faculty advisor. And many law schools have multiple law reviews, some with specific topics. So for example, at Georgetown, I was on the International Environmental Law Review. So the reason is that they want more students to have the opportunity to be on a law review if you don't get on the main one, which is typically the most prestigious one. At some schools, the main law review chooses some of their staff members based on grades. So if you're at the very top of the class, you might automatically get chosen to be on the main law review. But by and large, people are chosen to be on law reviews through a writing competition, which takes place at the very end of your first year of law school. So after you finish taking the final exams, it's not over, it's not time to celebrate. Instead, you have to go pick up a humongous packet of reading material, which is going to be the basis of a brief that you have to write under time constraints. And then it's going to get graded. So then the editors of the different law reviews will decide which law journal you get to be on. And when I was at Georgetown, we could rank the different law reviews that we were most interested in. So they would sort of try to match you with a law review that you were most interested in if they wanted you also. So why do people do this? It's definitely not any fun at all. It was just a lot of work. And in fact, just thinking about it, I really haven't thought about law review in years and years, but I can't think of anything fun about it. It wasn't like I socialized with the people on law review. It was a very solitary thing where you basically have to follow up and check up on citations from the publications or the writings that are submitted to your law journal. So that's why it's so important that you have good writing skills and that you know the Blue Book uniform citations very well. You have to know proper English grammar, for example, in order to properly edit and work with the author to revise the articles that are going to be published in the law journal. So law journals really are for people in academia, so it's not really of much use to people who are practicing attorneys. So that's just the way it is, you know, since I've graduated from law school, over the years, I've probably only read a couple of law journal articles, but I can't even tell you when's the last time I picked up a law review and started reading it, because those writings are not really persuasive for legal arguments. They are mostly based on theoretical things that would-be professors and professors want to write about. So why should you do this? Well, it's really for the prestige factor. You always want to have something else to put on your resume to set yourself apart from other job applicants. So you can bet that most law firms, especially the very prestigious ones, are going to be looking to see if you are on the main law review or if you were even on any law review at your law school. And if you were the editor or if you were some sort of minor editor on the staff, then that's even better. So I was a note editor for the Environmental Law Review. So that meant that in addition to reviewing one of the submissions, I also had an article that was written by a 3L for publication in our law review. So I also had to do the same thing of reviewing and proofreading her submission, looking through all the citations and the cases and the other sources that she was quoting, just to make sure that everything was properly cited and properly attributed. So once again, it is kind of a tedious exercise like an academic exercise, but it's yet again something that you really have to do in order to help your chances of getting a good job when you graduate. So even though trying out for law review is purely optional, I highly, highly recommend that you do it, because if you don't get on any sort of law journal, it'll definitely look like a strange thing that's missing from your resume. So if you have any other further questions, feel free to leave a comment here, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. Hope everybody will also tune in on my next live stream. So thanks for watching.